Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds. Once again, this in the middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at the middleweight limit, 186 pounds. This veteran brings 20 victories and 11 defeats into the cage tonight. Fighting out of Harrow, England, by way of Jamaica, here is Denniston Sutherland. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in 185 pounds and brings a professional record of 10 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Copenhagen, Denmark, here is Nilsson. Referee in charge of the action, Mark Goddard.
So Mark Goddard stands between the two fighters. We're set for 3 5-minute rounds in our middleweights division. Denniston Mad Max Sutherland in the black and white with Mats Nilsson in the blue.
Immediately Mats Nilsson looking to come forward, but Denniston Sutherland letting him know the strikes are there.
Yeah, they commence battle and immediately Sutherland overcommits and allows Nilsson to close the distance and get a double leg takedown.
Yeah, looking to move off to the side, get the angle to pass. We've seen before that Sutherland is very calm in using that jiu-jitsu defensively to bide his time and get back to his feet.
Yeah, he's very tricky off of his back and uses really nasty jiu-jitsu to good effect as well.
Very easy pass for Mats Nilsson, though. Once he snuck to the side of the knee, he was able just to block it and work his way around. And stepping straight to mount here.
Yeah, managed to accomplish that very easily indeed.
Plenty
of... Now look to get some posture. And Threader, we saw a very similar position here when he first appeared for the promotion against Tommy Spear. This very similar setup. He did the head and arm from the mount.
Yeah, he's got the gift wrap on Denniston Sutherland, using it to set up some elbows, but you can see the feet are tucked under, the knees are pinched nice and tight, and it's going to be a long round for Denniston Sutherland in this position.
Yeah, Sutherland has nice active hips.
And you can see that's really mature grappling from Mats Nilsson to know that he was off balance in that position, and rather than scramble, it was to step off, come back to side control and look to progress again.
Well, it's how he's actually mixing it in with these strikes as well, these knee strikes. He's able to...
doing some damage.
Well, he's keeping his weight down and stopping Sutherland, who's an experienced grappler himself. He's not able to do anything. He's not able to block that. And he's getting some really good power on those knees.
Immediately just moving to mount again. Sutherland with no answer to defend the progression of position from Mats Nilsson.
Yeah, he's using the underhooks. He's shifting his hips from side to side on the bottom. He's going to try and grate his elbow across the face of Nilsson. But
nice elbows to the rib cage by Mats Nilsson as well.
Yeah, Sutherland looks to try and sneak a single, get back to his feet, but Nilsson just powers through him with a knee and sends him back down to the canvas.
I'm going to hazard a guess that Mats Nilsson has seen all the footage of Denniston Sutherland. He's seen that as the fight goes deep, Denniston may start to tire, and by really punishing the body as early as possible, he's going to start taking away some of the energy sooner rather than later.
Well, of late, I think that Sutherland's actually used his gas tank to good effect. He's let fighters, you know, wear themselves out and punch themselves through, and that's why he's so good at going the distance. But he has struggled with the wrestlers recently. He did say to me that he believes that he can beat anyone who's clean and doesn't use drugs. He's a big advocate of that clean lifestyle. Mats Nilsson, obviously a very serious competitor, and I wouldn't assume for one moment that he uses any kind of enhancements.
Really nice work from Mats Nilsson to try breaking the half guard, but Denniston Sutherland's done a very good job of getting the knee back in to create some space, and he's going to try and stand back up against the cage here. You can see Nilsson disengaging, knowing that fact.
Nilsson is just breaking down
to work on the body.
Now he's starting to turn it up. But as he sort of took to that kind of strategy, wow, that's a big throw there, and dumps Sutherland down. He really is having it all his own way this evening.
Yeah, straight to side control, immediately again to mount. And what I like is it's constant work rate. He's not overstepping his boundaries. He's just in complete control and doing it consistently. He's not flurrying. He's just being very measured, and he knows that he can just do this over and over.
Well, he's that confident in his grappling ability, and we can see that he's adding in the striking ground and pound, and he really is thudding away at that rib cage. Landing to the head as well. And as you said earlier in the round, Josh, it's going to be a long night for Sutherland. Big elbows from a multitude of angles from Nilsson. And Sutherland is left looking for answers here in the last few seconds of this opening round. Last 10 seconds and big shots, and now flurries coming from Nilsson, who walked onto the scales yesterday after just sitting around so very calmly. He looks like his preparation for this contest has been 10 out of 10.
I was just going to say, John, I really wonder the differences in the weight cut. Mats Nilsson looked like there was no issue whatsoever. He had a smile on his face. He woke up on weight. Denniston Sutherland, on the other hand, had to sit in the sauna, looked a bit drained as he got on the scale. Let's take a look at the replays.
Yeah, good change of level from Nilsson, even with his motioning towards Nilsson, but Nilsson just dropping down and taking some good positions there. So remember, use the hashtag CWFC59. The top tweet will be awarded 2 free tickets to our next event in London on October 5th.
Guys, let's go. Stand back, man, please. Stand back.
Looking to get you guys involved in these events more and more as we go forward.
Hey guys, round 2, ready, come on. Cool.
Second round just ahead. Sutherland must avoid at all costs to be taken down early.
Let's see how quickly Mats Nilsson looks to take this to the ground again.
Nilsson
showing a bit more
nice 1-2 knee combination.
Yeah, showing a bit more movement on the feet. But Denniston Sutherland always dangerous with those strikes.
Yeah, Sutherland's getting on his toes a little bit. Better movement this time. And this is where he's good. He likes to come forward, pressure you up against the fence and then elbow. However, I'm not sure of the choice of strategy against Nilsson. You just don't want his hands on you.
Yeah, a bit of range, possibly always better in dealing with the Swede here. Bit of blood from Denniston Sutherland now.
So Sutherland gets an opportunity to reset and start working his hands. Needs to not overcommit with his strikes. He's been working with the much revered Minotaur gym for his Thai boxing. Lewis and Paul Taylor. Oh, and that's a lovely combination set up there from Nilsson.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Nilsson throw a kick for quite some time, and it found a home straight away.
Sutherland not deterred by it, however, shrugged it off and is now coming forward looking for openings himself.
Yeah, Denniston Sutherland, for me, has got to start putting some shots together. He's got to give Nilsson some things to think about.
Oh, and a couple of big shots there from Nilsson, and he has. Sutherland stumbling, he's certainly on the back foot, takes him down.
Good strong.
He has eyes on the target.
Well, immediately progressing to mount again. So fast with that transition. Denniston Sutherland preferring to let him establish the position and then escape, which, you know, is one way to do it, but it's just going to be draining and more tiring. And of course, if Mats Nilsson starts to flurry again, you're going to take a fair amount of damage.
So Nilsson choosing to take his time. Opportunity for the finish, perhaps. However, he's going about his work like a consummate professional, not overcommitting himself. Sutherland, he knows, is very tough and durable, but he's got to do something here to stop taking this punishment, or Mark Goddard will be taking a closer look.
Credit to Sutherland. Well,
that is enough for Mark Goddard. It is all over. Mats Nilsson with a massive statement victory. Very nice win indeed for the Swede. He didn't look in trouble at any moment during that contest. And the doctor is just taking a look at Denniston Sutherland. So body kicks, strikes, and excellent grappling from Nilsson, who mixed it up so very well. And for me, Josh, on the back of that performance, he's looking like a very good contender for the vacant middleweight belt.
Yeah, he really is. Just decisive performance all round, controlled throughout, worked a bit more striking than we've seen him do before, but really when he gets his hands on you, such a threat from any position. Really looking forward to seeing him again.
That's why Mats Nilsson is such a top and tough prospect. Highly skilled and well-earned finish there from Mats Nilsson. Time to hand it over to Joe to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, round number 2. Referee Mark Goddard puts a halt to the contest for your winner by TKO victory, Mats Nilsson.
So congratulations to Mats Nilsson. A very good showing, and a very, very good showing for that #1 contender spot.